Okay, this is a video on C2 Kazuha after an entire year. And was it worth it? Am I happy with my purchase? Do I like having C2 Kazuha? Would I do it again? These are all things I'm going to answer today. And my answers are, I feel strongly about them. I'm not just saying any of this. I can give you the short answer now, and you can stick around to find out why I think this. And the short answer is yes. I'm 100% happy with my purchase. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I love C2 Kazuha. I'm probably a C2 Kazuha shill, so you're welcome Hoyaverse for the free advertising because I love C2 Kazuha. So let's get into why I love C2 Kazuha and why you could too, potentially. I think most people have scripts for these videos where they kind of plan out what they're gonna say. Not me. We're gonna look at Kazuha by his kit, and then we'll get into some tests and some ways that I use C2 Kazuha and see a noticeable difference. So I actually lived with C0 Kazuha for about a week, and then I lived with C1 Kazuha for about a week. And then finally I was like, okay, C2 Kazuha, I'm already close. I need it. So C1 Kazuha, which I also think is extremely worth it. I mean, I get ahead of myself. I think it's very worth it. If you're going for a constellation that's not C2, obviously, C1, good place to stop. It fixes his energy issues, and I honestly don't think I could live without it. So, C1, it decreases his cooldown on his skill by 10%. I don't think that's noticeable at all. But the fact that you can do his skill and then use his burst and then use his skill again, that's noticeable. So I'll show you guys what this looks like. I'm just gonna use a random mob. I think everyone already knows what this looks like, but for any new players who don't, I'll do it real quick for you. Because he has an E, or on my screen you can see it says R2 because I play on controller. So he has an E, his skill, and he uses that once, and then he uses his burst, and then after he uses his burst, the cooldown of his E or his skill will reset, and he'll be able to do it again. So my Kazuha has 130 energy recharge, which is not, I mean, most Kazuhas have probably 180. But because of how his skill works, you can collect all his particles. So we'll see I do one. His particles are in the air and come to me during his burst. And then I get all his particles on the second. And I think it's probably about 4 E's for his full. Yeah, so about 4 E's. But the thing is, you're gonna have multiple characters using their skills who are giving particles, so in my opinion, it didn't take that long, and I don't need anything else. So now we've looked at that, let's look at Kazuha's EM. EM stands for Elemental Mastery for any newbie. There will be newbies playing Kazuha, because he's the best. Let's look at his EM. So my Kazuha has Iron Sting. His 5-star weapon is Freedom Sworn. I still don't think I'll pull it. I use Iron Sting. Some other popular options are Sacrificial Sword, Favonius Sword. When I play DPS Kazuha, I use Jade Cutter. I think those are the main ones that I personally would look at. Favonius, Sac Sword, and Iron Sting. Artifacts, we always use Viridescent Veneer, at least a 2-piece for DPS, and for support 4-piece 100%. My Kazuha is using 4-piece. And you might be wondering, oh my gosh, your Kazuha is using a 4-star. For Elemental Mastery, that's fine. If you were using crit, obviously you're gonna want a 5-star. After I farmed for Venti, I never farmed Viridescent again because luckily I got Elemental Mastery on these 3. And then I realized I had a 4-star EM hat, so I just used that instead. Anyway, this is all to say that my Kazuha, without anything else, has 942 Elemental Mastery, which is just shy of 100. So with Constellation 2, my Kazuha gets a 200 Elemental Mastery bonus. So with this, my Kazuha will have 1,000 142 elemental mastery. And that elemental mastery will give him, without his ult, his bonus is, you'll see his bonus under the cryo because I scrolled cryo. So without the bonus, he gives 37.7 cryo damage bonus. So for someone like Ganyu who has a cryo hat, I think the normal is like 49 or something like that. So now she has 84.3 cryo damage bonus. Same with Ayaka. Ayaka now has 99.3 cryo damage bonus. So that's a lot.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
So this is his ult. CUC has 1142 elemental mastery, and this gives us a 45.7 cryo damage bonus, which gives Ayaka a 107 cryo damage bonus. Oh, he's sad. Why is he sad? I must have done something wrong. I'm so sorry, Kazuha. I'll be better, I promise. Oh no. He doesn't like my tutorial. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. He hates it. Now that we've kind of gone through what it does, let's talk about some synergies it has. So for instance, as far as I'm aware, I'm not going to take the energy to research it, but as far as I'm aware, his elemental mastery does not stack with Sucrose. I don't know, she gives something. She gives elemental mastery somewhere in her kit, and it doesn't stack. Or maybe it's her damage bonus that doesn't stack. I don't know, I'm not a genius. So it doesn't stack with Sucrose, but it does stack with Diona's C6. So Diona C6 gives 200 elemental mastery, and I used to run Diona and Kazuha a lot just because the extra elemental mastery is pretty cool. Okay, so Diona, boom, and then Kazuha. So as you see, he has 1142 again, aka what I would have in my ult. And for his damage bonus, he has 47 or 45.7. So let's do his ult. And now he has 1342 elemental mastery. So his damage bonus is now 53.7. I think his damage bonus might stack with Albedo. I don't have Albedo to test that. But yeah, that 200 from Diona, it stacks and it applies. So if you have C6 Diona, that's always a combination and a freeze team for Kazuha to consider. For someone like maybe Hu Tao, if you didn't want to build Hu Tao with an elemental mastery sans, you could give her Kazuha and you could build her with an HP sans, and then you could get her 200 elemental mastery with Kazuha C2 or Diona C6, but you kind of would rather have Kazuha C2 for this because Diona would heal her past 50%, and her C6 only applies past 50% anyway. Whereas Kazuha, it's only a matter of just casting his ult. So let's talk about the teams that I use Kazuha C2 in and feel it's most beneficial for. You can see the team I'm using. If I was using this team, I would do Mona.
This is destiny.
And I would have a freeze team like this. Or if you don't have Mona, I would probably do this. It's a little more F2P friendly than my actual normal team, which you saw at the beginning,
All is accounted for.
which is
Let's
not
move
at
out.
all free-to-play friendly
my orders?
and took me a long time to get. So this is my freeze team. This is a sort of team that you could use with Kazuha. He swirls cryo and then he gives damage bonus to both Ayaka and Ganyu. Another good team I used to love running was Kazuha National. Kazuha National was one of my favorite teams to use. It carried me so hard in so many abysses. He's like the king of Swirl National. I mean, he's just fantastic in Swirl National. So this team is really, really good. It's super easy to play. Anyone can pick it up. No skill curve whatsoever. you can literally do any rotations and it'll still murder everything. So it doesn't really matter in this team if Kazuha swirls Pyro or Hydro because everything will die. Everything will die. This, but Amber with Elegy for the end. And with Elegy, she becomes more of a buff support for Hu Tao. So I would cast Amber's ult with Elegy, and then I would swirl with Kazuha, and then Xingqiu ult, and then Hu Tao, her skill. It definitely takes a lot more skill than the previous team, but it was pretty fun. With C2 Kazuha and him giving her automatically 200 EM for Vaporize, as well as the damage buff thanks to Amber. Just insane. Insane. There's a lot of characters that really like that 200 EM. Anyone who does reactions. So C2 Kazuha really helps enable this team. This is Melt Ganyu. The OG Melt Ganyu I think used Xiangling. And getting Xiangling's ult up reliably is pretty hard. You have to basically battery her with Bennett the whole time, and then get like perfect charge shots with Ganyu, and that's a lot of work. So using Kazuha, that pretty much eliminates all of that. He's super reliable in this comp. I know the Zhongli variation is pretty good, but I actually used to use Diona because my Diona is C6, so she gave 200 EM to Kazuha and Ganyu, which gave Ganyu C2 Kazuha's EM, which equaled 400 EM, and then you get Bennett's buff if the 4-piece noblesse. And my Ganyu, I'll put a video clip, but Ganyu used to go insane with this comp. I mean, I never saw her hit these numbers until I started running this. This is really good. C6 Diona, C2 Kazuha with Melt, DPS Ganyu. C0, I did crown her normal attack, but she was busting like nearly 200k per charge shot. Any elemental DPS right now will love him. This team, with a properly built Raiden, Bennett, Yai, and Kazuha, they kill everything. It's really good, really good. And he can do this with pretty much any Electro team. Like this team, everything I'm out. Maybe Fischl and Beto, Xingqiu.
Chivalry will never die.
Or now you could do Yolan. Sorry if I don't pronounce her name right, I already forgot. Yelan? Something like that. And then don't forget about DPS Kazuha. For DPS, I usually run. I mean, these two alone kill everything. So you could use Mona for buff, and you could use Zhongli for resistance shred. And Zhongli can provide 20% resistance shred for Animo. I have C4 Gene now. So C4 Gene, which is really expensive. I don't expect most people to have C4 Gene.
Ready for anything.
She's great. I use her for Shao sometimes. So yeah, DPS Kazuha is super valid too. So now that we've talked about possible team combinations for C2 Kazuha, let us talk about damage. So we're gonna do a few tests with damage difference between not using my ult to swirl. Oh gosh, he's sad again. Kazuha, I'm trying my best. Oh my gosh, he hates this. Do you not like the attention? Do you not want me to put you on display? Like, what's happening, dude? With and without C2 Kazuha. So we're gonna use some of the teams that I told you about before. Most notably, I think a good person, two good people to demonstrate with would be Ganyu and Hu Tao, some of the queens of reactions, some of those who benefit most from having EM as well as damage bonus. And then I'll show you guys Kazuha National. Yeah, we'll see. We'll do something. Okay, so it turns out I'm really stupid and I forgot to record, but just take my word for it. I recorded the audio, but I did not record the video. Oh, that hurts my soul a little bit. I can't believe I forgot. Oh, that hurts a lot. Okay, we're gonna do it again. So we did Hu Tao, and he buffed her by about 22k with his C2. So we're gonna like speed run it. I'm not doing this
Rain,
like I did
mind
last
your
time.
fate.
We're literally gonna speed on it. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I forgot to record. Silly goose. Silly, silly goose. Okay, so this is gonna be the test without C2 Kazuha. This is just him swirling with his E. So we're gonna do Amber, and then we're gonna do Xingqiu, and then we're gonna do Hu Tao. Oh, this didn't happen last time. Things are going very poorly. Okay. So let's say that's correct. Let's just say that's correct. 74k. Last time she did 88, so something different happened. But we're not gonna worry about that. And we're gonna try it with C2 Kazuha. So C2. This is what we're gonna do for the rotation. We're gonna do a C, and we're gonna do Xingqiu, and Swirl Hydra, and then it's Hu Tao time. Okay, so she did 93 this time, so we're gonna call that about even to what it was last time. So she did 74, and then she did 93. So it's still about 20k increase. So let's say C2 Kazuha can increase her between 20 to 22k. Last time she did 88k, and then she did 110k. Knowing that she can do an extra 20k damage just from Kazuha's ult, it's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Hopefully you are too. Now we're gonna try out Ganyu, and hopefully I don't forget to record. You know what? YouTubers who do this type of stuff, they have my respect, because I'm not. I forgot to start recording again. I might end it all. It's a good thing the last test didn't go well, because this isn't for me. This lifestyle, I'm not good at this. So, oh my gosh. So this is kind of unfair because there's no VV shred. Okay, well, that taught us absolutely nothing. This is hard work. It is. I have a lot of respect for the YouTubers who do this because I keep forgetting to hit the record button on my computer because I'm hitting the record button on my phone. So this time we're gonna do it again, and this time we're gonna use Kazuha C2 because that's the only way to melt. So unfortunately I couldn't do a C0 comparison because you can't melt with just his E. I mean, you could, but you'd have to be extremely fast. And I'm not. So I used Xiangling instead. That's what I kind of explained in the previous one I forgot to record. I hope you can see what her bloom does. Okay, so that's exactly what her bloom did last time. So I'm gonna guess that it's correct. So whatever she did with Xiangling is without C2 Kazuha. Remember that VV's in there, so it's not 100% fair. But yeah. So this one she did 98k. Okay, so we're gonna do with and without Kazuha C2. So the first time we're just gonna do a swirl with Kazuha, so just Kazuha C0, and then we're gonna use his ult. And I guess we can pay attention to, I mean, Xiangling's not gonna, well, I'll do it this way. I'll give her oh shoot, I didn't need to do that. Okay, well anyway. That's what we'll do the next time. So Xiangling's doing 29k, I think. Okay, so Bennett and Kazuha. No, Bennett then Xingqiu. Bennett then Kazuha then Xingqiu. Oh well, we'll do something. So I need to swirl Pyro. So this time she's doing less than last time. What the heck? Oh no, she's doing 50k. Okay. Okay, so 50k. Yeah, I love C2 Kazuha, but I'm not a tester. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I didn't mean to do this. What can I do to stop this? Oh, no. I am so sorry. Oh, no. Oh, no. So that he swirls Hydro like you did with Tao.
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
Oh shoot. Almost got the wrong one.
Wind Strider. As one with wind and cloud.
Everybody
And
stand
we'll do
for
this. Okay. She's not critting. What did she do before? That's not good. That didn't go well. What was she doing before? 50k.
Wind Strider. As one with wind and cloud.
I don't understand. Maybe the 50k was a fluke. Okay, well, if we go by the original, she did like 28k, and then she did 43, so that's about still 22, like I thought before. So for Vaporize and what seems like Melt 2, you'll get about a 20 to 22k increase in your damage, which is pretty cool, pretty good. And that alone, I think, is definitely helps with my Abyss performances. C2's been my buddy for a while now. It's my first time getting constellations for any 5-star. All my 5 stars besides the standards and Ito are all, I'll show you, they're all of them, the limiteds are C0. Except for Ito and Kazuha, so those are the only two whose constellations appealed to me, and for a while I did want C6 Kazuha, but now that constellation I definitely think is a scam, and it's even more of a scam now that I have C6 Bennett, so temper yourself, soldier. C3, not worth it. C4, definitely not worth it. C5, not worth it. C6, not worth it. But C2, absolutely. His C's, I have all his constellations crowned. And with Swirl, you don't even need to level talents, so if you're going for Swirl Kazuha, this is a waste as well, but I did it out of love. And also DBS Kazuha. One thing that's definitely worth it is getting him to level 90. Definitely do that. And I think that's all I have to say on C2 Kazuha. Worth it. Love it. Damage, good. Buff, good. Do it. Do C2, level 90. R1 Iron Sting, that's all you need. And 4-piece VV with EM. That's literally all you need, and he'll be a buff beast monster. So I didn't really do without Kazuha and with Kazuha in this, but I hope that you can get something out of C0 Swirl versus C2 Swirl. Yeah, thanks for watching. I trust you can see yourself out. Bye bye.